Did you watch Ruchika change completely after this incident? Because some police went and said in court that she killed herself because of slimming pills. You know, that kind of nonsense. Tell us how she changed.
Basically, I saw her dying every day. And that is what my question was from my mother and father, that she is molested and we stood against the molester. But we are dying every day. My family is dying every day. Her family is dying every day. But the Rathor, the culprit, the molester, he's standing there and he's nicely using all the money and he's nicely enjoying his life. We did the mistake of filing a complaint and we should not have told? Or he is the culprit, he's done the mistake of molesting her? I could not understand who is at fault. I mean, is it the molester is the one? I mean, in this country, I would like to ask you this question. This is we the people and we the system have to decide whether you want the girl, the minor who's molested to live happily, or you want the molester to bail out smilingly and live happily.
Mr. Prakash, you were sacked from your job.
Yeah.
But you still didn't leave the case.
I have filed affidavit in the court also. I have mentioned this incident, why I have been sacked.
When the CBI came to meet you, which they must have, did you tell them all this?
It is on record, I told them. And this is a peculiar case. In this
CBI
case,
must have made a noting irrelevant to the investigation.
in this case, Punjab and Haryana.
So you think, Harish, that the CBI comes out very badly in this case as well?
I'll tell you, there are excellent officers in CBI. There was a young CBI officer who went to Gujarat in Bilkis Banu's case.
Yes.
And what that officer told me, and I hope no action is taken on him, I'm going to make it public. He got the phone call, he went 10 o'clock at night, he took a pregnant Bilkis who was ready to cooperate at 10:30 at night. I told him, why did you do that? He said, sir, I was scared that if I didn't do it that night, next morning I may have got a phone call.
That's how deep-seated the rot is.
That's the problem. There are excellent officers in Delhi police. There are excellent officers in every police. There are Kiran Bedis in Delhi police.
Yes.
Okay? There are excellent officers everywhere.
Yeah.
It is the rot is at the top. The nexus is at the top. And that is what we need to address in India as a society. How long are we willing to suffer this nonsense?
But look at all the things that happen in this case. A girl gets thrown out of her school. Her brother is slapped with cases. Girhotra sahab, aap mujhe bata rahe the that you feel that the moment Ashu, your son, was faced with criminal cases and arrested, you think that's what triggered Ruchika's suicide?
Yes, that's.
She couldn't take.
He was in police custody when she consumed poison.
He was in police custody?
Yes, he was in police custody and he was released only when she died.
And
the very next day.
And it took her dying for the Chief Judicial Magistrate to say the charges are
Chief Judicial Magistrate of Panchkula has written on every order that the file is full of waste papers which are brought to me. There is not an iota of evidence against this boy. This file is full of waste papers. No CGM rights ever. Such comments.
Situation. Yes. That was another situation where a case ought to have been registered for false registration. That is where the court could have been become a little proactive. The court could have been proactive.
But in the charge sheet, we see none of this. We see him being charged only for molestation.
Yes, that's right.
We don't see criminal intimidation. We don't see abetment to suicide, despite the fact that there is this clear case of a brother who's picked up, put into police custody. The brother talks about being tortured, denied food, denied water. The girl kills herself, and the police has the audacity to say it's because of slimming pills.
That's another thing where this court could have taken cognizance, could have issued directions for action for false registration. I tell you, you needed proactivity at every level. There was no agency which was proactive for justice. You know, I want to just take forward what Harish just said. You know, the issue is, the rot is not only at the top. I think the rot is in the whole process of trial also. I think Ruchika's case should take us to whole post-mortem of the trial in the judiciary. Why should it take you 19 years?
Barkha, another point.
I'll answer the question straight away.
Yeah.
It should not take you 19 years. According to me, the trial should have taken 3 days.
Yes.
But all trials take 19 years. The Upahar trial, the incident was on 98. The conviction came in 2008.
2 years ago.
10 years when this was put on fast track. Why? Because we just don't have enough judges. And why do we not?
But what do you make of this judgment, Harish? What about this judgment?
That is what
it is a bizarre judgment.
I'll tell you, the whole system, Barkha, has now become that people are non-serious.
Harish, here you
Even
had
the
a judge.
judges are non-serious.
Harish, you had a judge. Here you had
Correct,
a judge.
correct.
So what did that judge do?
I'll tell you what
so
has
I'm
happened.
looking at the processes.
No, Kiran, I'll tell you, the problem is this today. Everybody is non-serious today. Even an honest man who becomes a judge after 2 years becomes cynical because he knows what the hell is he doing there anyway.
No, come on.
Most of the time he's
Why this judge has rationalized his judgment.
Of course.
And Professor Kachu, you have made the point that even judges are not immune to political pressure. We don't talk about it enough because we feel we'll get jailed and all of that.
No, why? Of course you can say they're not immune to public pressure. I'm saying so. They're not immune to political pressure.
But the point is the police.
He doesn't want to
it's
offend
the prosecutor who has to present a case.
So has the prosecutor
If the
failed?
judge,
Yes.
if you go to a judge and you do not present a case and do not tell the judge, he doesn't have any magical powers to decide what is happening outside.
But all of these
The
people were
prosecutors
telling,
are
were telling the judge
officers.
at every point. I want to get in one other element. Yeah.
You see, before we, damn the entire judiciary, in this particular matter also, if I remember correctly, and Mr. Anand Prakash would bear me out, that the CBI special judge actually did frame charges for abetment of suicide.
Yeah.
It was quashed by the High Court, and later on that quashing
Why
was
was
upheld
it
by the
quashed?
Supreme Court.
Why was it
filed
quashed?
a strong affidavit.
So in this particular...
Mr. Anand Prakash, explain this to us. Yeah.
Not only in this case that the High Court judge has quashed the order of 306. In other case, High Court suo motu take cognizance that the boy should be compensated adequately, and the inquiry was marked due to Session Judge Patiala. And when this inquiry was complete, we presented ourselves continuously for 2 years, and we smashed all his false evidence. Then there is technical flaw, I don't know what it is. The High Court, Supreme Court, stayed the proceedings, and then it was quashed that there is no need of bringing
But
out
that is
it.
the really shocking
There is some
gap.
snag in it.
But there is a gap, and I want all the lawyers on this panel to explain it to us. But what about the school? We, as a people, get so outraged. But what do we do when this happens to our neighbor, to somebody we know? Do we stand up for her? Do we behave like Aradhana and her father? Or do we behave like Sacred Heart that threw her out? Somebody here with me, Gitanjali, is also joining us from Chandigarh tonight, was in the same school.
Yeah, in the same class.
In the same class.
Yeah.
Tell us first how you watched Ruchika change after this incident.
Earlier also she was an introverted girl, but after this incident, she would just stay on her own, not talk to anybody. She became a bit of a recluse, and she would only cry in class all through the day while the classes were on.
Why
And
was
not
she
talk
thrown
to
out?
anybody.
Why was she thrown out?
We never really got to know why she was thrown out, because we had been hearing that she would be going abroad, and we thought after the incident maybe she had just decided to go abroad. So we never really got to know.
But you
that she had
remember
been-
her crying in the classroom?
Yes, of course, absolutely. That picture is frozen in my mind. Looking at her sitting, next to the window, this thing, and she used to keep crying, putting her head down on the desk, not talking to anybody on anything.
And Rathor's daughter was the same class.
She was in the same batch. She was our batchmate.
Girhotra sir?
Yes, she was in the same batch to save her position. अब उसको दिल से तो उठानी पड़ रही थी ना, क्योंकि पेपर्स में आ गया था. To save his daughter, he requested principal to expel my daughter.
But on what grounds?
So that his daughter is not embarrassed.
On what grounds?
They can
Flimsy ground.
Did the school ever tell you why they were expelling the daughter?
Flimsy ground. There is a late fee. Hey, she is studying from pre-nursery in this school, and now she is in 10th class. She is in this school for the last 11 years.
And I remember you telling me कि 10वीं की क्लास उसने private correspondence से ली.
फिर मुझे बुलाया गया.
ग्राउंड क्या दिया स्कूल?
Ground क्या दिया?
कुछ नहीं, क्या आप प्लीज निकाल लीजिए इसको. प्रिंसिपल ने जस्ट रिक्वेस्टेड मी.
हाथ जोड़ के
और आपने
Please.
निकाल लिया? आपने क्यों नहीं अपोज किया?
अपोज किया मैंने.
कितना अपोज
करूं मैं? कहती है प्लीज हमारी पोजीशन खराब हो रही है.
पुलिस का क्या बात है?
डोंट सेंड हर टू स्कूल.
नहीं, फिर
No,
आप
it is
इतनी
a-
शराफत क्यों दिखाई उस वक्त? क्यों कहा ये तो बच्चे का सवाल है, मैं नहीं लूंगा इसको? नहीं,
He
यही
got scared.
तो हिम्मत की बात है.
I think
इतनी
sir,
हिम्मत दिखाई.
sir explain the pressure that you felt.
बताओ.